Some say love is the battlefield. Some say love is the journey that takes you into another world. Everyone has their up and downs with love. Love can end happily ever after, and love can end with sadness. When you love someone, you let them take care of you, or you can take care of them. I read the book The Pact by Jodi Picoult. The Pact was an inspiring love story of two teenagers, Chris and Emily, falling in and out of love that ended in tragedy. In the story, the teenagers' love left them speechless, left them with no ending. When you love someone, you put their needs before your own, no matter how inconceivable those needs were, no matter how messed up, no matter how much it made you feel like you were ripping yourself into pieces. The quote summed up the great love that Emily and Chris shared. What is love? Everyone has their own special feeling of love. Chris met Emily when they were 6 months old. The parents were family friends. We used to play together every afternoon. I mean, she lived right next door to me, and our moms would hang all the time, so it was natural. One day, Chris looked at her. I didn't just see him. I saw this really beautiful girl. The kids grew up with each other, not expecting to fall in love. People often learn that those you will love sometimes not return your love, or will choose to love you and fall fast and hard in love with you. When Em and I got back together, I could see that she had been less than I figured her to be. If anything, she was always better than I remember. And that's what I think love is. This is an example of how someone falls in love, not expecting to feel that way. Some say love tends to never change, although some say love always stays the same. When your hindsight is 20/20, and you still wouldn't change a thing. Love tends to leave memory that lasts forever. Everyone has their own experience with love, whether it ended happily or not, but Chris and Emily love was different, and they both loved each other very much. Looking back on the love he shared with Emily, Chris said he wouldn't have changed a thing. Emily unfortunately could not handle the thought of their love ending, and ended her life. Not only was she depressed, she was also pregnant. There are two kinds of love. In the safe kind, you look for someone who's exactly like you. It's what most folks settle for. But then there's the other kind of love. Everyone's born with a red edge, and some folks crave that piece, that perfect fit. You'll search for it forever, if you have to. And if you're lucky enough to find it, it looks so right, you start to tear on your own seam thinking, maybe I could just be perfect. But then of course, when you try to get close to the other half, you don't fit anymore. That kind of love you come out of as a different person than you were when you started. Chris and Emily took care of each other, loved each other. When Emily died, Chris was heartbroken. They say one person suffers more than the other person when the love ends. But in this case, one person died and made the ultimate sacrifice. Chris was a survivor and he suffered from a lost love. But he also suffered from his guilt because his lover killed himself. Some say love is a battlefield. Some say love is a journey that takes you into another world. Some say that out of 1,000 miles, it takes one to touch your heart.
I can't keep my eyes off of you.